Hello everybody and welcome back to the Crime Center. So today we're going to be talking about the chilling case of OJ Simpson and the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. I'm currently using a PowerPoint from Aaron Wilkes and Jack Bringhouse. Let's get right into the case. At 12:10 a.m. on June 12, 1994, Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman were found murdered outside of Nicole's house in LA. Brown had been stabbed multiple times in the head area. Two dead bodies were found outside with a blood trail. How was it handled? So this case was very different in that it taught police what not to do at a crime scene. There was sloppy handling of evidence, one being the glove that OJ Simpson tried on at his trial. During the case, nobody noticed any blood on a pair of socks collected from Simpson's bedroom until 2 months later at the crime lab. Police forensic technicians were also faulted by the defense for improperly packaging evidence samples and then leaving them in an overheated van on a summer day. They also did not book the blood vials. Instead, they kept them in their pocket during the entire investigation. Let's get into the evidence on OJ Simpson. So the blood on the socks in OJ's home matched Nicole's, which is a huge clue, and the blood was collected at the home of OJ Simpson. The blood is individual evidence because it had DNA that belonged to Nicole. Let's get into some more evidence. The bloody shoe print, which was a size 12 Bruno Maggiel. The evidence was collected outside of the house. The prints were walking away from the crime scene because whoever had made the print in blood would most likely be the one that killed the two. The evidence is class because more than one person could own the rare size 12 Bruno Maggiel shoe. Another piece of evidence is the crime scene hairs. Hairs were collected from a dark knit cap and similar to Simpson's. This pertains to the crime because it means that somebody with hair similar to Simpson's had at one point come in contact with the victims. The evidence is class because hair cannot be traced back to one person unless the root is in contact. The infamous bloody gloves. One dark, extra large cashmere lined Eris light leather glove was found at the crime scene and the other was found behind Simpson's guest house. This evidence pertains to the crime because most likely whoever wore the gloves had murdered the victims because DNA tests showed blood found on one of the gloves contained hair from Nicole Brown Simpson. This is class evidence because the gloves are not custom and cannot be traced down to one person. Let's head into the crime scene fibers. Fibers found on the victims were similar to those found in the carpeting of Simpson's car. Blue fiber cotton was also found on Ron Goldman. This evidence pertains to the crime because it implies that Simpson had come into contact with the victims due to the fact that the same fiber that was found in his car was also found on the victims. This is class evidence because there is nothing unique or rare about the fibers. They cannot be traced back to one person. Let's get into the facts, finally. Simpson did not testify at his criminal trial. Defense attorneys, led by Robert Shapiro, were almost always called as a witness an articulate client that they believed to be innocent. Simpson had devoted no real effort to tracking down the real killer, nor has any significant evidence surfaced suggesting that the killer was anyone other than Simpson. The jury was allowed to hear testimony concerning Simpson's rumored jailhouse confession to Rosie Grier. In his 2007 book, If I Did It, Simpson, for all intents and purposes, confessed. The book describes in detail events leading up to the moment of the murders. I want to thank you for watching this episode on the Crime Center, and stay tuned for the next episode in which we will talk to true crime expert Anna Coughlin about this case.